music was the passion that I had. A lot of that was based upon my civil rights experience. My sister and I desegregated the schools in High Point, North Carolina. And one of the things that I needed to do when I would come back from that situation, I was the only black student in a school of 1,500 whites at a time in the late 50s when, even though Brown v. Board had been quote unquote enacted and decided 5 years after that, there was still no desegregation in the town that I lived in. So one of the things that my mother suggested that I do in order to release my emotions and frustrations of the day was to just go and play the piano. And that's what I did. And then that turned into much more of a passion. I realized I really wanted to do this for a living. I was at Howard University, and Donald Byrd, the jazz trumpeter, was the chair of the Jazz Studies Department. And at the time, he was attending classes at Howard's Law School. And he would come back to us, to the graduate students, and say, you really have got to know more about the law of the business of the music industry. So I got really excited about that because he talked about copyright, he talked about management agreements. So I did apply to Seton Hall, and as a result, I got in. Now, 3 or 4 years after I graduated, I was asked to direct a program called the Summer Institute for Pre-Legal Studies, which is a state-funded program for educationally and economically disadvantaged college students to give them a realistic expectation of the demands of law school. Well, the summer that I taught in that program, there were also faculty members from the law school who were participants and taught in the program as well. So I was asked by one of them, how would I like to teach in law school? I had been a music teacher, and I had taught every grade from kindergarten through college. So teaching to me was just a transferable skill. I had not really ever thought about teaching law school, but I did talk about entertainment law and how important I thought it was for this area. And as a result, I interviewed and I was hired here. And of course, the first course that I started was an entertainment and sports law course.